Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm Lisa Bedeau here with Chris Berg.
Can you just say that one more time, please?
Friday. I am so ready for the weekend, a nice long holiday weekend. If you were back to school or your family had to start the new routine, now you have 3 days off. I mean, I guess you still have all of today. That's why I'm like, you have the rest of the. This is why I don't. This is why I don't like to consider Thursdays Friday Eve, because Thursday I'm like, there's a lot of day left, and I'm like, you are done. You're for the weekend. And people at home are like, it's 9 a.m. There's still a lot of Friday left.
But it's Friday.
But it's Friday.
Yes.
And today, once again, looking a little chilly.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I had to put a sweatshirt on when I went outside. Cold. But it is September. Let's take a look outside on our sky cam. We were talking about the beautiful sunrise today.
Incredible.
So that kind of puts a smile on your face. But I was going to say, for the weekend, it's going to warm up. So
good.
Yeah, like into like summer-like weather. I think we're talking 80s. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, so if you're thinking you want to, a friend of mine was watching earlier and I was like, one last weekend at the lake, and Rachel got sad.
Yeah.
No, she's like, don't say that, you're going to make me cry. And I'm like, okay, so there may be more weekends. I'm convinced there's going to be another hot weekend ahead. So there's our look outside right now. What do we have? 55 degrees. It looks kind of cloudy. Oh, dreary start to our Labor Day weekend. That's how our producer described it, I guess. But it's going to be a nice turnaround. So that's what our storm team is promising.
Yeah.
So go ahead, go to the lake. It's not the last weekend, but you know, Labor Day weekend is.
It's kind of that, okay, start to wrap it up, bring the dock in, that kind of thing. I should have sent this picture, and I showed Lisa before the show, but I was driving to the gym this morning, and it was incredible because there was like this cloud over the gym, and then there was this rainbow coming out of it. It was just one of those things. I call it God art. Like, you're just looking at it and you're like, okay, God, that's very pretty art you just made right there. You know what I mean?
Someone from above was smiling and creating that beautiful picture.
Yeah, it was just fantastic. And then I also need to, I think, mention this, that if we were in a normal year, a normal season, you would see Bison Nation headed to Eugene, Oregon today.
Wow, yeah. I had big plans to go. I wanted to go, too.
I know.
So I'm very sad about that.
I mean, it would have been so great to see those guys in Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon, just game on. It would have been fantastic.
It's been a crazy year, for sure.
I was talking to a buddy yesterday. I'm like, man, can we just call it done? Like, just get to
Do-over.
2021? Yeah.
Yeah, fast forward. But I think in March I thought that we just need to get to, maybe we do just need to get to 2021.
I hope so.
You may be right.
I hope so.
Okay, so let's keep this weird year going. Did you hear like a month ago they were talking about, they're selling Halloween candy in the stores, and, because Halloween's probably going to be weird. That's next month.
Yeah, that's true.
But now we're fast forwarding altogether. I've been noticing on my Facebook feed, not only am I seeing back to school pictures, I didn't grab any of the pictures, but I have been told by very reliable Facebook friend sources that Costco is selling Christmas trees.
What?
So you are seeing Christmas stuff popping up, and I'm not ready for that.
I know, it's too soon.
In
Way
September?
too soon.
Yeah, and one of the people who was talking about it, some people did take pictures, but Vivian, who we have on sometimes from Coda Organics, like, yep, it's true, Christmas trees are on display. I feel like, you might still want a beach towel or some goggles, right?
Right.
Not ready for Christmas trees.
One last weekend at the lake. But Costco's pretty good like that. Like, they get way ahead of the curve sometimes, to the point where you're like, wait a second, what are they doing right now? And I guess that's just how they do their thing.
Okay, well, I thought that was crazy, but then this morning on the Valley Today, we had this story. President Donald Trump and the First Lady are already looking for volunteers to make the holiday magic happen at the White House this Christmas season. So you look at this and you listen to the music, you're like, oh yeah, it is time to start decorating the Christmas tree. But you know what, this makes sense. I mean, Christmas at the White House is huge, and of course it's going to be different this year, so maybe you do have to plan ahead a little bit more. So just so you know, if you want to go out there and help, volunteers are expected to wear masks and sanitize their hands. Maybe you could get like a candy cane striped mask or something.
There you go.
Just thinking, I was hoping that we wouldn't be wearing masks by Christmas time, but we probably will be.
Yeah, who knows? But wow, those are some just incredible
So you're like,
shots.
no, don't talk about Christmas. And then I showed these pictures. You're like, oh yeah, I'm on
exactly.
board. There's something about a Christmas tree that just makes you happy.
And you hear the music and you're like, okay, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
No, not yet. Hey, so also I wanted to show this off. We had Nicole Phillips on the other day. She is of course, well, she is I call her like the queen of kind, and she writes such great articles in the paper and now a couple of books. Although I still describe her as, the old basketball coach, Nicole Phillips, his wife, but of course she's a pretty big deal in her own right. Anyway, she just wrote the book, The Negativity Remedy, which, if you're familiar with her writings and if you follow her on social media, she just loves to share, those positive, feel-good, people being kind to one another stories that we all need right now. So I'm very excited. I have not read it yet, but, I do have some time off next week, so maybe I'll come back and I'll give you a review.
Book report.
Unlocking More Joy, Less Stress, and Better Relationships Through Kindness, Nicole Phillips. And I believe I'll look and see. This was kind of an advance. I think she was going to be selling it on Amazon, so I'll take a look and see. But a great read, easy read, just from, kind of flipping through it a little bit. The Negativity Remedy, if you're looking for a good book here.
I love the cover. You know the old saying about how, look, just takes one beam of light to take away the darkness. I like that. It looks like it's in a closet. It's like, okay, we're going to shine the light in this room and get rid of the darkness. Good for her.
I love it. So I'm very excited. The Negativity Remedy. I'm not much of a book club person, not right now in my life. So I read a book just a couple a year. So this will be on my list to get read before the end of the year. Hopefully,
can you open it real quick? Just read us. Is there like a quick excerpt you can read, or what's in there?
No, I haven't really. I mean, she dedicated this book to her mom, the first person to teach her the power of kindness.
Nice.
And then there's a nice personal note to me in there.
Is it chapters, or is it like
Yep,
little
there's chapters.
Chicken soup for the soul stuff? Okay.
Think about what you're thinking about. The key to kindness is to stop worrying about what other people are saying and doing and how their behavior is affecting us.
Nice.
Yeah, and that was just a random opening it up. I'm like, dang, Nicole, you are good. All right, I'm going to come back a brand new woman with that. Okay, so another incredible story. I just can't believe this. A Minnesota man, I don't know if you heard about this, was actually trapped under a tree, pinned under a tree. If it was 4 hours, I'd be like, this is an incredible story. 4 days.
What?
Yeah. So the Redwood County Sheriff's Office got the call Monday afternoon. Somebody wanted a welfare check on a man who hadn't been to work for a couple days, like 2 days. I think his, colleagues said, hey, can you check this out? Well, deputies could not find John Chaplitza at his home, and then they were told by his ex-wife that the last he heard, he was out cutting trees. Well, so they went out looking for him, not far from his home, 100 yards from his home, and they located him down in a ravine, way down in there. And both of his legs were pinned by that very large tree. This is kind of, the aftermath picture here. They found him. Let's once again say after 4 days, he was still conscious and alert. Of course, tricky situation. It took firefighters another 2 hours to carefully get the huge tree off of him. Of course, it was huge and heavy, and at that point, it was a critical situation. All we know right now at this point, I'm guessing we're going to follow up some more, is that he's being treated in Minneapolis. But family members have said that, and he's probably going to be able to write a book on this. But the little bit that we know that they've shared, that they said that he was trying to break the day up into like 5-minute increments, which seems like a lot. But so like every 5 minutes, it was a victory to him, just like he made it. Just trying to, keep hope, alive, that somebody would find him.
I think Nicole Phillips should interview him. That would be a good podcast.
There you go. We'll let her know. I think she's on a book tour right now. She's got a few things to talk about, but hey, maybe for book number 2.
That's 5-minute increments of a course of 24 hours. I'd go, wow.
I know, and I just think that's one of those nightmare kind of situations.
Oh.
And, so he was close to home, but then I guess if you're down in a ravine, maybe, like yelling for help, I mean, you can't tell if, who's going to come by, and, in rural areas, and just,
or
wow.
what's going to come by, you know what I mean? Like.
Right, that's true too. Okay, well, I didn't even think about that. Just adds to the nightmare there.
Rolling by, you're just like, oh, oh gosh.
So sad and scary, and then just happened in Minnesota, and thank goodness so if I don't show up for a couple days,
we'll make a phone call.
If I'm out trying to chop down my Christmas tree, my goodness, it's just such a I mean, it's a happy ending, hopefully, you know, because obviously he would have pretty serious injuries, and we hope that, you know, he's going to recover. I'm serious. This is...
I can just hear you to JB. JB, Bailey can't feel her face. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. From Christmas Vacation.
Oh, I was like, where are you going with that? Yes.
Remember when they went to go cut down the tree?
Yes.
Clark, Audrey can't feel her face. She'll be fine. She'll be fine.
Well, that's one of my favorites. I can watch that Christmas movie in September.
That is fantastic.
I'm not going to put up my tree yet, but I can watch that one. Okay, so fans of the hit 1998 film Mulan can now see one of their favorites brought to life in live action. We've talked about, I love all of these live action movies. Mulan hits Disney Plus today, so if you're looking for something to do, maybe tonight especially, since it's going to be a little bit cool. In fact, when people open up their Disney Plus app, this is the first thing that they will see. So I love that. You can stream it. It is going to be $29.99 before it's available to everyone. No word on yet.
Can you say that one more?
Like
you're paying for Disney Plus.
I know.
And,
I was
by the way, just drop another 30.
I kind of was surprised by that. What did I finally pay money for? I'm kind of a stickler at home. I'm like, I already paid for Netflix, and we paid for a Hulu.
Well, I mean...
And then, of course, my family's like, we don't want to watch any of those. We must rent this movie on Amazon. Like, can't we watch one of the 1 million free ones?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how it goes.
I mean, when you hear that number, you're like, wait, 30 bones to just like stream in my house. But then you think about it, if you were to take, 4 people to a movie, it's so...
Yeah, you're still saving money because it's expensive there for sure. But movie theaters are open now, so that's an option too. Okay, stay with us. Coming up next, we are heading out to Detroit Lakes for this week's VNL Deal.